I don't like words that hide the truth. I don't like words that conceal reality. I don't like euphemisms or euphemistic language. And American English is loaded with euphemisms because Americans have a lot of trouble dealing with reality. Americans have trouble facing the truth. So they invent a kind of a soft language to protect themselves from it. And it gets worse with every generation. For some reason, it just keeps getting worse. I'll give you an example of that. There's a condition in combat, most people know about it. It's when a fighting person's nervous system has been stressed to its absolute peak and maximum, can't take any more input. The nervous system has either snapped or is about to snap. In the First World War, that condition was called shell shock. Simple, honest, direct language, 2 syllables, shell shock. Almost sounds like the guns themselves. That was 70 years ago. Then a whole generation went by, and the Second World War came along, and the very same combat condition was called battle fatigue. 4 syllables now. Takes a little longer to say. Doesn't seem to hurt as much. Fatigue is a nicer word than shock. Shell shock. Battle fatigue. Then we had the war in Korea, 1950. Madison Avenue was riding high by that time, and the very same combat condition was called operational exhaustion. Hey, we're up to 8 syllables now. And the humanity has been squeezed completely out of the phrase. It's totally sterile now. Operational exhaustion. Sounds like something that might happen to your car. Then, of course, came the war in Vietnam, which has only been over for about 16 or 17 years. And thanks to the lies and deceit surrounding that war, I guess it's no surprise that the very same condition was called post-traumatic stress disorder. Still 8 syllables, but we've added a hyphen. And the pain is completely buried under jargon. Post-traumatic stress disorder. I'll bet you if we'd have still been calling it shell shock, some of those Vietnam veterans might have gotten the attention they needed at the time. I'll bet you that. I'll bet you that. But it didn't happen. And one of the reasons is because we were using that soft language, that language that takes the life out of life. And it is a function of time. It does keep getting worse. Give you another example. Sometime during my life, toilet paper became bathroom tissue. I wasn't notified of this. No one asked me if I agreed with it. It just happened. Toilet paper became bathroom tissue. Sneakers became running shoes. False teeth became dental appliances. Medicine became medication. Information became directory assistance. The dump became the landfill. Car crashes became automobile accidents. Partly cloudy became partly sunny. Motels became motor lodges. House trailers became mobile homes. Used cars became previously owned transportation. Room service became guest room dining. And constipation became occasional irregularity. When I was a little kid, if I got sick, they wanted me to go to the hospital and see the doctor. Now they want me to go to a health maintenance organization or a wellness center to consult a healthcare delivery professional. Poor people used to live in slums. Now the economically disadvantaged occupy substandard housing in the inner cities. And they're broke. They're broke. They don't have a negative cash flow position. They're fucking broke. Because a lot of them were fired. You know, fired. Management wanted to curtail redundancies in the human resources area. So many people are no longer viable members of the workforce. Smug, greedy, well-fed white people have invented a language to conceal their sins. It's as simple as that. The CIA doesn't kill anybody anymore. They neutralize people. Or they depopulate the area. The government doesn't lie. It engages in disinformation. The Pentagon actually measures nuclear radiation in something they call sunshine units. Israeli murderers are called commandos. Arab commandos are called terrorists. Contra killers are called freedom fighters. Well, if crime fighters fight crime and firefighters fight fire, what do freedom fighters fight? They never mention that part of it to us, do they? Never mention that part of it. And some of this stuff is just silly. We all know that. Like on the airlines, they say they want a pre-board. Well, what the hell is pre-board? What does that mean? To get on before you get on? They say they're going to pre-board those passengers in need of special assistance. Cripples. Simple, honest, direct language. There's no shame attached to the word cripple that I can find in any dictionary. No shame attached to it. In fact, it's a word used in Bible translations. Jesus healed the cripples. Doesn't take 7 words to describe that condition. But we don't have any cripples in this country anymore. We have the physically challenged. Is that a grotesque enough evasion for you? How about differently abled? I've heard them called that, differently abled. You can't even call these people handicapped anymore. They'll say, we're not handicapped, we're handy-capable. These poor people have been bullshitted by the system into believing that if you change the name of the condition, somehow you'll change the condition. Well, hey, cousin, doesn't happen. Doesn't happen. We have no more deaf people in this country, hearing impaired. No one's blind anymore, partially sighted or visually impaired. We have no more stupid people. Everybody has a learning disorder. Or he's minimally exceptional. How would you like to be told that about your child? He's minimally exceptional. Oh, thank God for that. Psychologists actually have started calling ugly people those with severe appearance deficits. It's getting so bad that any day now I expect to hear a rape victim referred to as an unwilling sperm recipient. And we have no more old people in this country. No more old people. We shipped them all away, and we brought in these senior citizens. Isn't that a typically American 20th century phrase? Bloodless, lifeless. No pulse in one of them. A senior citizen. But I've accepted that one. I've come to terms with it. I know it's here to stay. We'll never get rid of it. That's what they're going to be called, so I'll relax on that. But the one I do resist, the one I keep resisting, is when they look at an old guy and they'll say, look at him, Dan. He's 90 years young. Imagine the fear of aging that reveals. To not even be able to use the word old to describe someone, to have to use an antonym. And fear of aging is natural, it's universal, isn't it? We all have that. No one wants to get old, no one wants to die, but we do. So we bullshit ourselves. I started bullshitting myself when I got to my 40s. As soon as I was in my 40s, I'd look in the mirror and I'd say, well, I guess I'm getting older. Older sounds a little better than old, doesn't it? Sounds like it might even last a little longer. Bullshit, I'm getting old. And it's okay, because thanks to our fear of death in this country, I won't have to die. I'll pass away. Or I'll expire like a magazine subscription. If it happens in the hospital, they'll call it a terminal episode. The insurance company will refer to it as negative patient care outcome. And if it's the result of malpractice, they'll say it was a therapeutic misadventure. I'm telling you, some of this language makes me want... By the way, speaking of American values, aren't we about due to start bombing some small country that only has a marginally effective air force? Seems to me like we're a couple of weeks overdue to drop high explosives on helpless civilians. People who have no argument with us whatsoever. I think we ought to be out there doing what we do best, gang, making big holes in other people's countries. I hate to be repetitious, but God, we are a warlike lot, you know? We can't stand not to be fucking with somebody. We couldn't wait for that Cold War to be over, could we? Just couldn't wait for that Cold War to be over so we could go and play with our toys in the sand. Go play with our toys in the sand. And when we're not invading some sovereign nation or setting it on fire from the air, which is more fun, then we're usually declaring war on something here at home. Did you ever notice that? We love to do that, don't we? We love to declare war on things here in America. Anything we don't like about ourselves, we have to declare war on it. Don't do anything about it, but we just declare war on it. We got a war. It's the only metaphor we have in our public discourse for solving a problem. It's called declaring a war. We got a war on poverty, the war on crime, war on litter, the war on cancer, the war on drugs. But you ever notice there's no war on homelessness, is there? Nah, no war on homelessness. You know why? There's no money in that problem. There's no money in that problem. Nobody stands. It's true. Nobody stands to get rich off of that problem. You could find a solution to homelessness where the corporate swine and the politicians could steal a couple of $1 million each. You'd see the streets of America begin to clear up pretty goddamn quick. I'll guarantee you that. I will guarantee you that. Now, so, I got an idea for homelessness. You know what they ought to do? You know what they ought to do? Give the homeless their own magazine. Give them their own magazine. It would make them feel better, for one thing. That's a sure sign of making it in this country. Every group in this country that makes it and arrives at a certain level has its own magazine. You have Working Mother magazine, Black Entrepreneur magazine, Hispanic Business magazine. In fact, any activity engaged in by more than 4 people in this country has got a fucking magazine devoted to it. Skydiving, mountain climbing, snowmobiling, backpacking, bungee jumping, duck hunting, shooting someone in the asshole with a dart gun, jerking off. They probably have a magazine for that. I'm sure they have. I know they have a magazine. Walking. There's actually a fucking magazine called Walking. Look, Dan, the new Walking is out. Here's a good article, putting one foot in front of the other. Give them their own magazine. Give the homeless their own magazine. You know what you call it? Better Crates and Cartons. Then when they get finished reading it, they can use it to line their clothing. That's a good, sound business solution. That's the kind of answer you get from a conservative American businessman. Say, yeah, let them read it. When they get finished reading, they can use it to plug up the holes in them piano crates they all seem to like to live in. A good, sound, practical, conservative American business solution. I'll tell you what they ought to do about homelessness. First thing, change the name of it. Change the name of the condition. It's not homelessness, it's houselessness. It's houses these people need. A home is an abstract idea. A home is a setting. It's a state of mind. These people need houses, physical, tangible structures. But where are you going to put them? Where are you going to build them? Nobody wants you to build low-cost housing near their house. People don't want it near them. We got something in this country, you've heard of it, it's called NIMBY, N-I-M-B-Y. Not in my backyard. People don't want any kind of social help located anywhere near them. You try to open up a halfway house, try to open up a rehab center for drugs or alcohol, try to build a little home for some retarded people who want to work their way into the community. People say, not in my backyard. People don't want anything near them, especially if it might help somebody else. Part of the great American spirit of generosity we're always told about. Big, generous American nation. Ask an Indian about that. Ask an Indian how generous this country is. If you can find one, you got to locate the Indian first. We've made him just a little difficult to find. Or if you need current data, select a black family at random and ask them how generous this country has been. People don't want anything near them, even if it's something they believe in, something they think society needs, like prisons. Everybody wants that, right? Everybody wants more prisons. That's the new answer to all of our problems. Lock a lot of motherfuckers up. Everybody wants more prisons. They say, build more prisons! But not here. Well, why not? What's wrong? What's the problem? What's wrong with having a prison in your neighborhood? Well, it seemed to me like it would make it a pretty crime-free area, don't you think? You think a lot of crackheads and muggers and pimps and hookers are going to hang around in front of a fucking prison? Bullshit, they ain't coming anywhere near it. What's wrong with these people? All the criminals are locked up behind the walls, and if a couple of them do break out, what do you think they're going to do? Hang around? Check real estate trends? Bullshit. They're fucking gone. That's the whole idea of breaking out of prison, is to get the fuck as far away as you possibly can. Not in my backyard. People don't want anything near them. Except military bases. They don't mind that, do they? No, they like that. Give them an army base. Makes them happy. Why? Jobs. Jobs. Self-interest. Even if the base is loaded with nuclear weapons, they don't give a fuck. They say, well, I'll take a little radiation if I can get a job. Working people have been fucked over so long in this country, those are the kind of decisions they're left to make. I got just the place for low-cost housing. I have solved this problem. I know where we can build housing for the homeless. Golf courses. Perfect. Golf courses. Just what we need. Plenty of good land in nice neighborhoods. Land that is currently being wasted on a meaningless, mindless activity engaged in primarily by white, well-to-do male businessmen who use the game to get together to make deals to carve this country up a little finer among themselves. I am getting tired. Really tired. I am getting tired of these golfing cocksuckers in their green pants and their yellow pants, and their orange pants, and their precious little hats, and their cute little golf carts. It is time to reclaim the golf courses from the wealthy and turn them over to the homeless. Golf is an arrogant, elitist game, and it takes up entirely too much fucking room in this country. Too much fucking room in this country. It is an arrogant game on its very design alone. Just the design of the game speaks of arrogance. Think of how big a golf course is. The ball is that fucking big. What do these pin-headed pricks need with all that land? There are over 17,000 golf courses in America. They average over 150 acres apiece. That's over 3 million acres. That's 4,820 square miles. You could build 2 Rhode Islands and a Delaware for the homeless on the land currently devoted to this meaningless, mindless, arrogant, elitist, racist. There's another thing. The only blacks you'll find in country clubs are carrying trays. And a boring game for boring people. Did you ever watch golf on television? It's like watching flies fuck. And a mindless game. Mindless. Think of the intellect. Think of the intellect it must take to draw pleasure from this activity. Hitting a ball with a crooked stick and then walking after it. And then hitting it again. I say, pick it up, asshole. You're lucky you found the fucking thing. Put it in your pocket and go the fuck home. Go the fuck home. You're a winner. No chance of that happening. Dorco in the plaid knickers is going to hit it again and walk some more. Let these rich cocksuckers play miniature golf. Let them fuck with a windmill for an hour and a half or so. See if there's any real skill among them. Now, I know there are some people who play golf who don't consider themselves rich. Fuck them! And shame on them for engaging in an arrogant, elitist pastime. Hey, here's another place we could put some low-cost housing. Cemeteries. There's another idea whose time has passed. Saving all the dead people in one part of town? What the hell kind of a superstitious, religious, medieval bullshit idea is that? Plow these motherfuckers up, plow them into the streams and rivers of America. We need that phosphorus for farming. If we're going to recycle...
Ladies and gentlemen, George Carlin!
Let me ask you something. Who was that guy on the tape? Does anybody know who that was? He sure had a lot of hair, I'll tell you that. Yeah, I hosted the very first Saturday Night Live 9 years ago, and they told me if I did a real good job, they'd have me back. So here I am, and I'm really glad that some people live up to their word. On that first show, I did a monologue about God, and before the show was over, by 1 in the morning, we had the Archbishop of New York, Cardinal Cook, on the phone complaining about the monologue. Seems he didn't think that God was a suitable subject for a monologue. Okay in a sermon, but not in the monologue. And I didn't really say anything that wrong, I felt. I mean, all I said was, it was my feeling that if you look at it real carefully, that maybe God isn't perfect. You know, just maybe he's not perfect. I mean, if he created us in his own image and likeness, how perfect could he be, you know? I mean, if God created everything, I'd say he has a serious quality control problem. And I think it shows up in his work. I mean, if you take a look at a mountain range, they're all crooked. They're not nicely up in a line. They're all different sizes, you know. Leaves, the same thing. You can't find two leaves the same. Even fingerprints. He can't make two fingerprints the same. He's got 4.5 billion people to work with. He can't make two of them the same. Now, the reason I'm repeating these things is because I thought maybe now that I'm back, maybe we could get the Archbishop on the phone again tonight. Now, it's not the same man. Now it's Archbishop O'Connor, and I'm not sure about his viewing habits. I don't know how late he stays up at night. Probably he's working on some really tough, serious government problem at this time. You know? Well, these days, clergymen have to devote so much time to politics that they really don't have any time to think. Much less watch TV. But who knows? Now that the election is over, maybe he's sitting over there with Jerry Falwell, splitting a pizza, reading the Constitution and flipping the dial, and maybe they'll give us a call. I told them in the control room if we got a call from Archbishop O'Connor, please take a number and I'll get back to him, okay? And hey, speaking of Jerry Falwell, this has been a strange year. 1984, we started with Orwell and wound up with Falwell. And I'm not really sure how this church and state separation stuff is going to work out. Personally, I'm in favor of the separation of church and state. My feeling is that either one of these institutions screws you up bad enough on its own. You put them together and you got certain death. So I would like to begin the show with a prayer tonight, if you don't mind. This is a little prayer dedicated to the separation of church and state. And I guess if they're going to force those kids to pray in school, they might as well have a nice prayer like this. Our Father, who art in heaven, and to the republic for which it stands. Thy kingdom come, one nation, indivisible as it is in heaven. Give us this day as we forgive those who so proudly we hail. Crown thy good into temptation, but deliver us from the twilight. Amen. Okay, we'll be right back. Well, I knew that with a name like George, I would have to add something else. Any old name can have emotion for you, though. Even a brand name. Product names have things you expect from them. You have a little emotional investment in certain names. I mean, you wouldn't buy, you wouldn't eat Goodyear pancakes, right? Any more than you would drive an Aunt Jemima tires, right? It's just, you have feelings, you have expectations about it. If Janitor and a Drum made a douche, no one would buy it. There's no market. It's like 20 Mule Team mini pads, man. Sorry, Dan. There's no market for them. Raid feminine hygiene spray. Raid! Wow! what they call them. Feminine hygiene spray. They're underleg deodorants. Why did they avoid that? It's obvious. Underarm, underleg. Why did they avoid that, you know? I guess it's because you have two armpits, you only have one leg pit. That's it. Well, I think things ought to be named for what they are. I think there ought to be a little more truth in names. They've tried to clean up advertising claims. Let them clean up some of the names like Excello and Acme and Ace and Top. Bullshit. I like things to be called what they are. I like to bring out a new car, the 1977 piece of shit. A division of United Consumer Fuckers. Yeah, company names are fun. Whammo is a toy company. Aren't you glad it's not an airline? Would you get in the big Whammo bird, huh? There's some just plain old words that are sort of fun to think of or look at more closely than usual. Things like hot water heater. Have you ever thought of hot water heaters?
Pardon me? I said I'd like to buy a hot water heater.
What the hell for? Hot water doesn't need to be heated. You must want a cold water heater. How about a hot water cooler?
Yeah, some words are fun. Words like flammable. Flammable, inflammable, and non-inflammable. Why are there three? Does it seem to you as though two words ought to be able to handle that idea? I mean, either the thing flams or it doesn't flam. Now, flammable, that's the one that's on the side of the truck. Flammable. As if you're going to get out of your car at 60 miles an hour and smoke on his truck, right? Flammable. I found out the reason it says that on the truck is so that just in case you should be spinning out of control at 70 or 80, heading for the truck, you'll know what it was that happened, you know? Gives you a chance to make a few plans, you know? Put the cigarettes out, put the cigarettes out. And of course, there's a moment just after beginning to blow up when you stop blowing up for just a moment and you say, fucking flammable. Then, of course, you do continue to blow up. Nothing we can do about that. Jumbo shrimp. Indeed. What do you expect when you order that? What will arrive? Will it be a large shrimp or a little jumbo? Jumbo shrimp. Those words don't even go together, man. That's like military intelligence. They have that, too. How did they do that? There's another phrase like that, business ethics. Say, we're discussing business ethics. Yes, no wonder we couldn't hear anything over here. That's like a plastic glass. They have them. Mine isn't. Mine's a glass, goddammit. But they have the... Get me a plastic glass.
Well, I'll see what I can do.
Pretty soon they'll have nylon rubbers. They do. They have nylon rubbers. What the fuck? Hey, all right, Ed. None of your filth. Sure, man. Hey, Tree Moans wasn't bad so far, about an hour and a half. Now, hold on, I have a real great idea. As soon as I think of it, we're all going to laugh our asses off. Right? The airline has given us a lot of strange words and expressions and ways to look at language that they force us into. We have words like, from the airline, like deplane. I've never deboated, I've never debussed. By God, I have deplaned. We'll be deplaning through the forward door. I'm already on deplane. That's what they tell you. Get on the plane, get on the plane. Fuck you, I'm getting in the plane. Let Evel Knievel get on the plane. I'll be inside with you folks in uniform. You seem to know where to sit. Airlines got a load of things. They tell you to go to your gate. Go to your gate. There's no gates. Have you ever seen a gate at the airport? There ain't no fucking gates. Where the hell are the gates? They have a lot of doorways, they have a lot of pathways, they have a lot of carpeting, they have a lot of seats. They got rostrums and podiums, they got railings, they got velvet ropes. There ain't a goddamn gate at the airport. Shit, I've missed 3 planes looking for my gate. Gate 49, goddamn, there must be a bunch of them around here someplace. Where are they? And airlines also have another thing called a non-stop flight. Not me, bullshit. I insist that my flight stop. Preferably right at the end. That's when they tell you you'll be landing shortly. Does that mean we're going to miss the runway, honey? No, it just means we're on our final approach. It's when they tell you to put your seat back forward. Wow. You mean one time or a lot of times, honey? Put your seat back. I don't bend like that. And then, one further example of the airline's perversion of language. When 2 airplanes almost crash right into each other, up in the sky, they call that a near miss. It's a near hit, gang. Thank you.